we got something here maybe? Screen went black.
Yep.
You can see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't see
Yay.
me. That's really weird. Let me refresh it just to be sure. Yeah, it's still showing as offline for me. I hate
It's
when it does
definitely
that.
working for me.
I hate when it
Sorry.
does this, because then I can't actually view it. Because then I can't actually make sure it's working. Hello everyone, Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XIV. I, unfortunately, cannot see my own stream, so I need to rely on other people to make sure it's working for me, and I don't know why it's doing this. It's very strange. Either way, PM Silly, you both can see the stream?
Yes.
Oh, mine went away for a second, so give me a sec. Oh, there it is.
Okay, perfect then. Alright, so, okay, I can see it now. Perfect, alright, sorry for the long intro there, everyone. Joining us, of course, is Mearo. She gives us a nice little wave. And as you can hear, Piamet and Silly are on stream with me as well. They will be helping me. Today we have the agenda of simply going through and doing the main story of Final Fantasy XIV. We're starting with patch 2.4. We took a break between 2.3. We took a break between 2.2 and 2.3 to do the Hildebrand's questline, and that was a lot of fun. Piamet and Silly got to finish it finally and do the battle in the big keep. Now we are at our house, as you can see. This is the household that I've shown off a few times on stream, but it's been a little while, so here we are again. Basically, all of this stuff has been either bought or purchased by Piamet, except for this fireplace. I bought this fireplace. We can even turn it off. Look at that. Excellent. We're gonna go inside and show off all the cool things that Piamet has done recently. I gotta, unfortunately, turn on my UI for that. Oh wow, the house has changed quite a bit since even last night. We got a new floor and walls. I still don't like this waterfall though. Well, we got a materia melder here, a mender, a material supplier, and a junk minder. We got our orchestrion that plays music for us. That's where the music is coming from right now. Piamet built a friend cube over here. What the hell is this?
It's from Palace of the Dead, actually. It's from one of the bags.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
We got pictures of Sid on the wall. Oh, Piamet built a fish tank. It's got a clown loach in it. We need a bigger fish tank than this.
I can't make one.
We need to have it like the size of the actual wall downstairs.
This is actually way bigger than I thought it would be.
We go downstairs, and downstairs looks mostly the same, it looks like. We
I
got
didn't change
Silly's
too much
musical
otherwise.
corner. If you click these, you can play music. For some reason, there's a bed in amongst the crafting stations in case you get tired. And if we go upstairs, we have... Okay, so we haven't changed the upstairs. But we still have Mearo's office.
I did take a table from here, the one in front of Forchefont, whoever that is, and moved it downstairs to hold the fish tank.
Where's Forchefont?
The portrait of
This guy over here?
Yeah,
That's
I
not
don't know who
Forchefont.
that is.
That's Louisoix.
Up here.
Oh, this one, yeah, that's Forchefont over here.
Yeah,
Alright, so
some random dude.
that is our household. And here we got X here. Alright, so Piamet put a lot of work into this house. I put no work into this house. So, yeah. let us start the quest line now. We are going to head to Mordona. We've been to Mordona a few times now, but this is the first time we've been there in a little while. It is time to actually go through and complete some quest lines. So, as you recall, in the main story, we finished off the Leviathan storyline, and that's great. Now we got to see where things go from there, because Yugiri's helping out the Shadow Council people or the Shadow Society in Limsa Laminsa, whereas what are the Scions up to? We're gonna find out. So let me share screen in case this is voiced. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry, my computer's just being weird. Alright, sharing screens. Okay, are you ready? Can you see that, you two?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. The Great Divide. Minfilia's thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldashian. Watered down storyline. What are you talking about, Pucci Witchy? Hello. You may go.
Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, no, it avails us not to speculate. Ariandre will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one close to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mogulmog XII. The king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelf's Wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Ursula, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees sailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Revenant's toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we give the Domans. At present they are in the seventh heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. As you know full well, we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Mir, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting.
Kuchiwuchi says that the Leviathan story was watered down. Well, if he thought that was if that story was lacking, I don't mean to douse his spirits, but the next one's gonna be either arresting or shocking, depending on how he looks at it.
Arresting?
It's an electrical term.
I see what Mira's doing.
I know shocking, but not arresting.
Arresting is when you interrupt an electrical current. Pretty sure.
Science.
Alright, so we gotta meet up with Draggle-tailed Refugee. He doesn't even have a tail. Alright, so you can be the Draggle-tailed Refugee.
Sorry, I keep looking at your stream instead of the share screen and thinking that's it. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Science of the Seventh Dawn.
12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done.
Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation.
Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a light to replace the one that got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up, they climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I could see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenant's toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So surely you did the same for us.
I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Domans' petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request.
But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us?
If I might have a word. Tataru is all to miss. Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphinaud has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone.
That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got.
My lady, we are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions.
How can you be so blind?
Find Alphinaud and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papillamo will see to it. Alphinaud is being treated at the hourglass. Hurry, Miro.
Alright, what's this guy got to say, Silly?
Don't believe what they say. I know these people. They would only take up arms to defend themselves. If there was a riot, I swear to you they didn't start it.
Alright, well, let's go find out the truth of it. Let's go to Ul'dah. Alright, let's put on our Fists of Wind, and the Hourglass is the Adventurers Guild. Well, I guess I'm running there. So here we are in Ul'dah once again. It is nighttime as per usual whenever I play this game. But it won't be possible to tell once we're inside talking to Alphinaud, who appears just fine. Just in case though, I will share screens again. Alright. Hello, Polo Knights!
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
It's voiced.
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers, while more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Domans asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. and you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Desperate times. Alpha wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given rising tensions with the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. General Raban. Let us move out. There's Raban. Now is not a good time, Lieutenant Prentice. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter that we wish to discuss, General. Alphinaud, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can to spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between Ul'dah citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. Would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the Immortal Flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Mearo. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request of such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Alphinaud, you talk too much. Silly you were Commander Swift, so...
You look as though you have something to say, Lieutenant Prentice. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there.
Alright, Lost Hopes I'm pretty sure is in central Thanalan. Yes, it is. It is right where I thought it was. Okay. So we're going to teleport over to Lost Hope. Here we go. Time to whisper go. Alright, we got Leofric and Amalberga. A guy and a girl, and I remember replacing Leofric, so. I didn't expect them to send you, Miro. I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. And PM it.
And what brings you here, adventurer, in search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. You mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently, gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go.
Alright, silly. You can be Zazawaka. This looks like an awfully quaint area.
Ah! Don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! I beg your pardon. You're of the Flames, but you're not with the Flames? I see. If the Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't had moment to waste. Everyone knows the Flames were on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet, I have no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does.
Terrified refugee. What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Soothing the terrified refugee. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, they must take, he said. You must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running in then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. For when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and then the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and oh gods, the other groups. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Alright. That doesn't sound good. Oh man, earrings. These are items level 110, holy crap. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope. But to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultan and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. If only he had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality... That's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Then, mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Alright. The twins. Alright. I think I know where that is. It's either... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's within the water river over here. Thank you for the host, Wintrigue. Okay, here's one of the desperate refugees. This is a guy. Silly, you can be this one.
7 hells, they found us! Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. That's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves.
Alright. You stunned me. That's rude. No rampart for you, I'm afraid. There you go. See you later. Oh, I got a whole bunch more. Alright. And defeated. Shield wrapping swordsman and saber rattling swordsman. Oh, we gotta get rid of that. It's got a buff on him again. Oh, we got 3 seconds left. Hold on. Damn GCDs. I thought they just wanted us to defeat the twins. Alright, silly.
You beat him like it was nothing. Thal Almighty, what are we gonna do now?
Is that it?
We yield, alright? We yield! That's what you wanted, ain't it? So go away and leave us be.
Alright, so that was the refugees beat up. It's always good when the Warrior of Light goes and beats up refugees. Sometimes you just gotta smack the refugees around a bit. You've returned? Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? Where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? As I recall, he wished to approach the refugees there as well, but was waiting until the Frames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Search Stone's Throw for the merchant. Right, where is Stone's Throw? Okay, it's way down near the entrance. Gotcha. Alright. Whisper go time. Silly, how would you like to voice the upcoming primal or the next primal that we have to do? Okay. It's not the response I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Maybe he DC'd.
Maybe.
That's a random.
You can add him back whenever.
He can add himself back, cause he just like hung up, so you know.
Alright. Welcome back, Silly. Oh, got messages.
What happened?
Oh, Skype froze. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, Silly, can you see the share screen, or would you like me to restart it?
You have to. It's not there for me.
There we go. My dad says you really like that sperm mobile, don't you? Yes, I do. Alright,
The spermobile.
Piamet, this is Ellie. I'm pretty sure this is a girl.
Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ul'dah. The man said they were gonna change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Lots of people left with the men after that, but no one's come back.
Well, we gotta go talk to Swift in the Hall of Flames now. Anyway, Silly, how would you like to voice the next primal?
Okay.
Because Piamet will be voicing the primal after that.
I don't see where Silly said that Skype froze.
You sent it to my thing.
Oh.
I didn't see the chat for both of us, so I sent it to the most important person who needed to know as fast as I could.
Okay.
But then the thing came up, so I joined.
There's the Dodo. She's trying to keep up with Mira, but the Dodo cannot.
You could also take out Whisper.
Why would I want to do that? The Dodo's there. I don't think I have Whisper on this character.
The Dodo is.
Actually,
You
I
have
do.
to have Whisper.
I do, yeah. Alright, Silly, can you see this?
Yeah. Welcome back, Lieutenant Prentice. Have you learned aught of interest? You persuaded a gang of refugees to lay down their arms? The Flame General will be pleased to learn of this. Less so those other revelations. We must apprehend this treasonous snake at once.
Alright, let's get some earrings here. Let's see, what do I want? Let's just take the glow earrings. Alright. Reap the whirlwind. Swift is determined to stop the rabble-rousing merchant from sowing further sedition.
This merchant has not only publicly incited sedition within the Sultanate, but it's gone so far as to provide material support to would-be belligerents. It galls me that his role in this uprising should have escaped our notice for so long, yet I can well imagine why it did. Rightly or wrongly, those with whom he consorts do not trust us. Alas, trust is not easily gained, even in times of peace. We must nevertheless try, for I believe it is only with the cooperation of the refugees that we will catch our quarry, and so I would have you continue your investigation in Pearl Lane. We know that the merchant sought to recruit people of Lost Hope and Stone's Throw, so it seemed reasonable to assume he may have approached the residents of Pearl Lane as well. After all, the first riots occurred within the city itself. Most, if not all, will refuse to discuss this subject with you, but there is one who may be willing to do so. A man named Landiber. He too has his misgivings about us, but I believe he understands these riots do little to further his people's cause.
Alright. Thank you, Swift. Let's go to Pearl Lane. Which I'm pretty sure the fastest way there is actually teleporting to the Adventurers Guild. Adventurers Guild. If I recall from way back when, Landiber was another character that you had voiced, Silly.
Maybe.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, it's this dude.
First comes a man with the promise of deliverance. Seen your suffering firsthand and will bear it no longer, says he. Your friend, your ally, your comrade in arms. Take his hand and he will guide you to a better tomorrow. Then comes a soldier with the promise of justice. Follow the man who came before at your peril, says he. Before they who sow the wind shall reap the whirlwind. The man's no saint, any fool can see that, but we're both tools for his task, to be used and discarded. As for this soldier, she thinks only of her mission. She's more honest than the man, but every bit as ruthless, make no mistake. With whom shall I cast my lot? Neither, says I. Far as I'm concerned, you're no better than the bastard you pursue. Now, the soldier is thinking, how else might she get what she wants? She's tried the diplomatic approach and failed. Mayhap a firmer hand is needed. Mayhap she needs to make an example out of this Alamegan scum like she did those 5 fools from Lost Hope. Well, you'll get no justification from me, soldier. If that's what you're waiting for, I'll not raise a hand against you. But neither will I lend a hand to help you. Not that it makes any difference. Ha! The gods seem bent on granting your every bloody wish.
There you are, Landiber. Have you given any thought to my proposal? You!
There he goes, towards the gate of Thal. Go and claim your prize for coin and country.
Search for the merchant in central Thanalan. Man, he got there quick. Alright, where did he go? He ran all the way up here to the Ul'dah dispatch yard. Time to whisper go. But before we do anything when we get up there, it's time to reset the recording.